Hi, Virgo. My name is Darlene Dotson, and this is your destiny of truth for the month of December. We're just pretty much going to be looking at the aspects and telling you what they can mean for you. I am extremely busy in my life, and a lot's going on to where this is just the way I'm going to have to roll for a minute. Now, on the first Virgo, we have Mercury entering Sagittarius in your fourth house. So your thoughts are on how your family has impacted your philosophies, your religion, your yeah, I'm trying to think. Just how they've impacted your life is where your mind is, and how they have impacted how stable your home is. This is where your thoughts are. Now, on the 4th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius in the 4th house, trining Chiron in the 8th house in Aries. And yes, you have been very focused on healing yourself. And you're healing yourself from all those scars, from the behavior issues that were passed down to you, from your family. And your thoughts are on this because, the things that you have done in your life is what you were taught, but now you have learned that you've got to be different in order to have what's different in your life, because what you've had in the past just doesn't satisfy you anymore for your home life and your family life. Now, on the 5th, sorry, we have Mercury. Hold on a minute. I don't think we have Venus in Scorpio in the 3rd house, trining Neptune in your 7th house in Pisces. And you're seeing how communications that have been deceptive have painted illusions for you in partnerships. And you're looking now at honesty and trust and truthfulness in your communications, in order to build partnerships based on a higher octave. You don't want what you've had in the past, which was lies and deceptions in partnerships. You want honesty, you want a spiritual connection with those partners in your life, and you can have it, but you have to lead the way by being honest in your communications, by being truthful, by being trusting. You have to be somebody that they can trust with what they tell you. Now, on the 9th, we have the Sun in Sagittarius in the 4th house, squaring Neptune in Pisces in the 7th house. And again, you're very invested in your family and expanding your family in a way that brings higher-minded philosophies into your life. You want your home on stable ground, and whether you're looking at real estate at this point or not, I don't know. But your home is definitely, very important to you right now, and so is your family. And again, you are ridding yourself of those who use deception and lies to get what they want in the home. You're not going to tolerate this behavior anymore out of people. Now, on the 10th, we have Venus in Scorpio in your third house, and that's sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in your fifth house. And again, this is a sextile. It's not something that's just going to happen. You're going to have to put work in to make this energy come to light in order to bring about the change that you want with your children, your creative life, your dating life. But you're going to have to, like I said, put that energy into it. And you're going to have to use your power to communicate with those people in, a way that is honest and from the heart and with deep passion, and not in a way that's passionate but deceptive, because you don't want to manipulate anybody. You want to make sure that the change is coming from a deep, honest, personal place. And then on the 10th, we also have the Sun in Sagittarius in the fourth house, trining Mars in Aries in the eighth house. And with this, you're putting action into transforming those scars that were left from behaviors that were taught to you, because those behaviors weren't put on you. You grew up where the people around you were selfish. And you don't want selfish behavior in your family life. You want those that are spiritual, they're humble, they're giving, they're compassionate. And when you do this, it's going to change everything. Now, on the 13th, we have Mercury again in Sagittarius in the fourth house, and that's squaring that Neptune in Pisces in the seventh house. And again, in partnerships, there has been a lot of illusions and deceptions in your partnerships that have led to you fleeing from the home. And you don't want to flee from the home anymore. So you're going to have to overcome these challenges that when they appear, you're going to have to, of course, you're thinking about all of this and why you did flee. So you're just going to have to make sure that you're using your mind in a way that's for healing and not for fleeing anymore, because fleeing just makes things more emotional when you do have to face them. Now, on the 14th, we have a solar eclipse in Sagittarius in your third house of communications. And a whole new way of communicating is going to be there for you. It is the third house. It's going to be a new day-to-day life. It's going to be in a way that you can use your higher mind, your philosophies, your religion, just all these Sagittarius ruled things. There is going to be a new beginning there in your day-to-day life and with communications. Or, it could be you're just going to be taking a lot of little trips around town. Now, on the 14th, we also have Mercury in Sagittarius in the fourth house, trining Mars in Aries in the 8th house. And again, you're putting actions into these 8th house matters, whether that has to do with other people's money, death, taxes, inheritances, wills, the scars that other people have left on you in the home and with the family, and these are where your thoughts are. Then on the 15th, we have Venus entering Sagittarius in your 4th house. And you're going to be showing your family how much you love them. You're going to be building a home base that is stable and secure, where everybody can have their freedoms, but they're also using their higher mind, to do what is right for the home and the family. Now, on the 16th, we've got Saturn entering your 6th house. And for you, you feel like you have been restricted in health matters. You've been restricted in work matters. And, Saturn's going to be here. And he says you definitely are restricted in these areas. But on the 19th, we have Jupiter moving into Aquarius also. And that enters the 6th house. And, he's going to expand your issues with work. He's going to expand your issues with health or with a small pet. And you're going to be very optimistic and very joyful in these areas. Now, on the 19th, we also have the Sun in Sagittarius in the 4th house, conjunct Mercury in Sagittarius in the 4th house. Now, you have this conjunction here, and your ego and your mind are on the same page. You want to go in the direction that your mind's telling you to. It's not like your mind's saying one thing, but you're doing another. You are actually going in the direction that you really want to go with your home and your family and building that stable home family base. Then on the 20th, you have Mercury entering Capricorn in the 5th house. Now, with Mercury entering here, your thoughts are going to be on practical matters that have to do with your children, your dating life, your happiness and your joy, or your creative endeavors. Your mind is going to be there for the next 30 days thinking about this. Then on the 21st, the Sun enters Capricorn in the 5th house. And basically, your Sun is now saying that you're going to take steps, practical steps, in order to have the relationship you want with your children that's practical. The practical steps in your dating life that you need to have to make things more stable there, or in your creative projects, because that while it might be a creative project, it's also got to sustain you for the long term if it's going to work. And, your happiness and joy. You want to make sure you're being practical and that it's just not desires that are fleeting. You want to make sure that everything is right. Then on the 21st, we also have Jupiter conjunct Saturn in Aquarius in your 6th house. Things that are not meant to be are going to fall away, whether that be your pets, okay, or your work life or your health life. Things that you don't need, they're done, okay? They're going away. And you're going to be more optimistic, more joyful in taking the steps that you need to take in your work life or with your health. Now, on the 23rd, we have got Mars in Aries in your eighth house, squaring Pluto in Capricorn in your fifth house. And you are being practical with your children, okay? You're also being practical with, your dating life and your creative projects. You're being very practical because you want those changes. The only thing that's getting in your way are the actions that you are taking from those scars that were left on you from the past life, okay? And you got to work through them. And once you do, you'll implement the changes because Virgo, you're just a practical person. Now, on the 24th, we have Venus in Capricorn in the fifth house, trine Uranus in Taurus in the ninth house. And you basically this day, you're going to go through a bunch of changes in your dating life, with your children, with your creative life, with your joy and happiness that is going to get you more grounded. And whether that's your spiritual changes that you're going through or your in-laws, again, it's all ninth house matters, and ninth house can rule a number of things: sales, internet, broadcasting, journalism, in-laws. There's a lot of things there. But on the 27th, we have the sun in Capricorn in that fifth house, trining Uranus again in Taurus in the ninth. So your ego is invested with your children and all of those people that you do love. And you are changing everything because you want to self-improvement. You want to have a better life with them. Then on the 29th, we have a full moon in Cancer in the 11th house. This is your aspiration. This is the deepest part of you. The aspirations you have, your dreams, your friendships, the groups you belong to. Well, you're going to be ending something there because it's just not where you're at anymore. Then on the 30th, we have Venus in Sagittarius in the fourth house, and that's squaring Neptune in Pisces in the seventh house. And pretty much, again, you're looking at the deceptions of the past, the illusions that you bought into with partnerships. And you're looking at the love of your family to support you through this. Because you know that your family is going to have your back through it all, as long as you use your higher mind to deal with those illusions that have been painted for you. Now, on the 31st, I generally don't talk about just any old moon because moons are come and go. But because the 31st is New Year's Eve, I wanted to talk about it for you. The moon is in Leo for you. And you're going to be in your own head at this time. And you're going to be thinking about the things that you truly want. You're going to be thinking about your passions, about what's creative for you, your children, the joy that you get for life. You're in deep thought about all of those things come, New Year's Eve. So, Virgo, I want to do my goddess cards for you. Okay? And I'm trying to get them out. Let's see for Virgo for December. Okay, it came out. It's funny. Again, we drew Hestia. We know her as Vesta in astrology. Okay, she's the first and last of Cronus and Gaia. She was the first child swallowed by Cronus and the last to come up when Zeus castrated him. But Hestia is about the home and hearth. Okay, her heart is invested in the home. She wants a nice home life. She wants a home that's stable and secure. She's very giving also. Again, it's the story about, helping strangers unaware, because that stranger might be Hestia coming to bless you. And as long as you keep going in the route that you're going, Virgo, in your home and with your family, Hestia will bless you this month with many good things in your home and with your family. So all I can say, Virgo, for you this month is I hope December helps you to let go of everything that is no longer serving you to where you want to go. And may the new year in 2021 bring you everything that brings you happiness and joy with your children, in your dating life, in your creative projects, all those things that you want in your heart of hearts. I hope that 2021 brings you. Have a great one, Virgo, and I will see you next year.